When you look at a 170-degree room, do you think luxury spa or forced survival? Because while you think you're just sitting there sweating, your cells are actually running a full-blown military fire drill. Here is what's really happening. The second you step into that wooden box, your body realizes it has entered a survival environment, but in the best way possible. Think of it as a fire drill for your biology. Your skin temperature begins to climb almost immediately, and your brain's internal thermostat, the hypothalamus, goes into overdrive to keep your core temperature stable. This is where the magic begins. To keep you cool, your heart starts pumping harder and faster, sending a massive rush of blood toward your skin. In fact, your cardiac output can increase by 60 or even 70% during a session. This is essentially passive cardio. While you are sitting perfectly still, your heart is getting a workout that rivals a brisk jog. Your blood vessels dilate, your blood pressure actually drops in the moment, and your circulation reaches tiny capillaries that might usually be a bit sluggish. It's like a high-pressure rinse for your entire circulatory system, flushing out metabolic debris and delivering fresh oxygen to every corner of your anatomy. But let's go deeper than just the blood flow. About 10 minutes in, when you start to see those beads of sweat forming, your body triggers a fascinating defense mechanism called heat shock proteins, or HSPs. I like to call these the cellular cleanup crew. Imagine your cells are like a busy office where, over time, papers pile up and files get mislabeled. These are misfolded proteins in your body, and they're linked to everything from Alzheimer's to general aging. Heat shock proteins act like expert organizers. They rush in to refold those damaged proteins, ensuring your cellular machinery runs smoothly. When you stress the body with heat, it responds by making itself more resilient. It's a process called hormesis, a little bit of good stress that teaches your system how to handle the bad stress of life and aging much more effectively. Now, I want to talk about something that is often debated in the health world: detoxification. In the past, we've been told that sweating is just for cooling, but the latest clinical research is actually challenging that. A groundbreaking study, often called the BUS study, standing for blood, urine, and sweat, looked at how our bodies handle toxic elements like arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury. What they found was fascinating. Many of these toxic elements appear to be preferentially excreted through sweat. This means that for certain heavy metals, your body might actually find it easier to push them out through your pores than through your kidneys or liver. But here is the real kicker for our modern world. It's not just heavy metals. The data shows that common everyday environmental toxins like bisphenol A from plastics, polychlorinated bipheноls, PCBs, from industrial residues, and phthalate compounds found in our cosmetics and household products can be excreted in sweat as well. Think about how profound that is. We are swimming in an invisible ocean of synthetic chemicals every single day, and many of them tend to bioaccumulate, meaning they get trapped deep inside our fat tissues and organs. The researchers found that some of these compounds were highly concentrated in the perspiration of participants, even when they weren't showing up in their blood samples at all. This tells us that these modern pollutants are hiding out in the body, and induced sweating through a sauna might be one of the most effective, direct ways to actually reach that stored toxic burden, break it loose, and clear it from your system. This deep systemic purge works hand in hand with your body's fluid dynamics. Because your circulation is moving so fast during a sauna session, your lymphatic system, your body's waste disposal pipes, gets a massive boost. This helps clear out the cellular sludge that makes us feel puffy, tired, and inflamed. When you combine this increased lymphatic flow with the preferential excretion of heavy metals and plastics we just discussed, you realize that the sauna is doing something your body simply cannot do at room temperature. When you step out and rinse off, you aren't just cleaner on the outside. Your internal environment has just undergone a systemic purge that makes your immune system stand up and take notice. It's a way of monitoring and managing our bioaccumulation in a world that is, unfortunately, more toxic than ever before. Let's talk about inflammation and pain, because this is where we usually see the most miraculous results. When you're in that heat, your body releases a surge of endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that act as natural painkillers, but it also increases something called dynorphins. Now, dynorphins actually make you feel a bit low or uncomfortable while you're in the heat, that "I need to get out of here" feeling. But they sensitize your brain to endorphins afterward. It's why you feel that incredible sauna high the moment you step into the cool air. Beyond the brain, the heat penetrates deep into your muscle tissue and joints, increasing growth hormone levels. Athletes have used this to recover from injuries in half the time, and I've seen people find a window of relief because the heat is literally melting away the tension and signaling your body to repair its tissues. But wait, there is a secret benefit that most people overlook, and it's arguably the most important for our modern, high-stress world: the effect on your nervous system. We spend most of our lives in sympathetic mode, that fight or flight state where our cortisol is high and our bodies are bracing for impact. The sauna, despite being a physical stressor, eventually forces your body into the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest mode. As you sit there, forced to do nothing but breathe and endure the heat, your heart rate variability, or HRV, actually improves over time. This is a marker of a resilient, youthful nervous system. By teaching your body to stay calm in the heat, you are training your brain to stay calm when your boss emails you at 11 p.m. or when you're stuck in traffic. You are building a buffer against the psychological stresses of the 21st century. If you're watching this and wondering how to start, don't feel like you need to stay in for an hour at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. The sweet spot for most of the longevity benefits we see in the big studies, like the famous ones out of Finland, is about 20 minutes. Most do at least once a week or 4 to 7 times a week at a temperature around 174 degrees Fahrenheit or 79 degrees Celsius. But even twice a week makes a massive difference. The key is consistency. You want to reach that point where your heart rate is elevated and you've broken a significant sweat, but you should never feel lightheaded or dizzy. Always listen to your body. It's a much better doctor than I am when it comes to your immediate limits. And please, hydrate like it's your job. You aren't just losing water, you're losing electrolytes. So drink mineral water or herbal tea afterward to replenish what you've worked so hard to circulate. Recommendations for a safe and effective sauna. To maximize the benefits and minimize the risks, I recommend the following. For beginners, start with 5 to 10 minutes. For regular users, 15 to 20 minutes per session, 1 to 3 times per week. Hydration is key. Always drink plenty of water before and after your sauna. Add electrolytes like coconut water or herbal tea. Aftercare. Rinse with warm or cool water. Rest for 10 to 15 minutes before continuing your activity. As we wrap this up, I want you to think of the sauna not as a luxury or a spa day treat, but as a fundamental tool for biological maintenance. When you do a sauna, you aren't just sitting in a hot room, you are upgrading your heart, cleaning your cells, protecting your brain from decay, and actively lowering your body's toxic burden. It is one of the few places left in the world where you can't bring your phone, you can't check your emails, and you are forced to be present with yourself, while your body does the quiet, miraculous work of healing. So the next time you see a sauna, don't walk past it. Step in, take a deep breath, and let the heat do what it has been doing for humanity since the beginning of time, bringing us back to balance. Your future self will thank you for every single drop of sweat. If you see this video helpful, hit the like button. It helps this message reach more people who need it, and subscribe to join our holistic health community. My mission is to help you become healthier, happier, and live a life full of vitality and free from chronic diseases. Thank you for watching, and remember, your health is a practice, not a destination. I'll see you in the next video.